the history of our country, and in particular in Ekiti, where what I would call a civilian coup took place in Government House in Ekiti, because Government House was taken over by a security operative. The governor brutalized, and I would like to read my press statement on behalf of the National Working Committee. Ekiti, democracy under attack in Nigeria. Gentlemen of the press, our democracy has finally come under attack. You will recall that the PDP had earlier alerted that President Muhammad Buhari and his party, the All Progressive Congress APC, are on self-subsection cruise to turn our nation into a fascist state. Recently, the APC fractional national chairman, Mr. Adams Oshunole, boasted that they were going to crush the opposition, and the siege has begun. The situation in Ekiti State has reinforced the signpost of a manifest desire by the APC and its leaders to subdue the resilience spirit of Nigerians and set up a totalitarian regime in our country. This morning, in its desperation to forcefully take over Ekiti State, the APC-led federal government deployed armed police personnel led by Compo HL, who blocked the Ekiti State Government House, attacked and placed the democratically elected governor of Ekiti State, Governor Ayodele FAYOSE, under house arrest. At the moment, no one goes in or out of the government house. The invading police squad sacked the official security at the government house, fired periodically into the premises during which Governor FAYOSE was beaten up by the policemen, brought down the values of tear gas, while several others were injured. This, we have been informed, is part of the order from above. In line with the earlier boast by the Buhari-led APC to cage Governor FAYOSE ahead of the July 14, 2018 Ekiti governorship election, so as to grant the agents a field day to rig the election. In fact, we have been made aware that the invention was a plot to assassinate Governor FAYOSE and blame it on accidental discharge by one of the policemen. The PDP marks this siege on an elected governor and our government house as a recipe for violence, a complete attack on our democratic order and direct assault on the corporate resistance of Ekiti and our people as a federating part of our nation. We know that this is part of the desperate effort by the APC federal government to intimidate, subjugate, frighten, overall the people, and unleash a rigging mechanism for the election. Information available to the PDP reveals that part of the rigging plot includes deploying of an APC state governor in each of the local governments across the state to coordinate the APC rigging plan. We also know that the APC rally on Tuesday, which was boycotted by the people of Ekiti State, was a gimmick to import thugs from neighboring states. Our supporters, who have been placed at red alert, have been monitoring all unknown faces already milling around in various local government areas in the state. Also, our intelligence reveals that the 30,000 policemen, as well as compromised some military personnel deployed to Ekiti State, are being positioned to embark on mass arrest and harassment of Ekiti citizens with a view to frightening them and preventing them from participating in the election. Furthermore, heavily armed DSSS personnel are being deployed to work with compromised officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission to smuggle in preloaded card reader machines and result sheets that they can exchange in advance, which they will attempt to deliver to the APC agents. The PDP is fully aware of the actor in this heinous plot, including some directors in INEC, particularly in its Information Communication Technology, ICT department, who have been holding clandestine meetings with APC leaders. We are not unaware that the stage is being set for the APC to use INEC to announce a predetermined result in Ekiti State governorship election. The PDP, however, states in a very clear, unequivocal terms that all this mechanization will end in vain, as nobody, no matter the evil device used. But in harassment, threats, arrest, and even murder can subjugate the people of Ekiti State and forcefully take over their leadership in this election without the consent of the people. Let the world know, and the international community, that the people of Ekiti cannot be cowed or frightened, and that they are not ready or willing to allow anybody to subvert their determined will to elect a leader of their choice. We want all to know that Ekiti people fully determined to take their destinies in their hands. On July 14, 2018, and no bullet or oppressor's whip can stop them. They are fully ready now, more than ever before, to face all threats, harassment, and to resist any attempt to forcefully take over their states. We therefore want all talks imported from neighboring states to note that they are in Ekiti at their own peril. Ekiti people and residents know themselves and will never allow any stranger to participate in their electoral process. Any attempt by anybody to test the will of the people might be faced with their consequences. Furthermore, our eyes have been stationed in every polling unit. We have our cameras, we have everything there, every collection center, as well as every exit and entry point across the state. And those seeking to rig election must be sure that they will be stopped in their trail with every available instrument available in democracy. it is a settled fact that the Ekiti State is a well-known stronghold of PDP, and we will not in any way accept anything short of free, fair, and credible elections, abundantly reflecting the will of the people. Anything to the contrary might attract very terrible consequences. Hopefully, the Ekiti action is a wild attempt to kidnap our democracy by the APC-led government of President Muhammad Buhari. Finally, we invite the entire world to note how the APC and INEC are stoking crisis violence in Ekiti State and to hold them responsible should any harm befall Governor FAYOSE and should there be any breakdown of law and order before, during, and after the poll. We believe in the rule of law. We believe in one man, one vote. You are aware that already Ekiti has been militarized. People are afraid to go and vote, which is what APC wants. We must stop this stage against an assault against our democracy. And by the grace of God, we are here to speak the truth, only the truth, for our people and the country. All eyes in this country and international community are in Ekiti. We're also aware that there are plans to arrest leaders of our party, and the rumor that our leaders are making statements, either they call it hate speech or whatever. But we're aware in 2011, when the current president said that there will be blood flow on the street of Abuja, and the baboons and everything, there will be blood flow. Is that not a hate speech? Was he called? Was he arrested? No. He was not arrested as of that time. So all the security agencies will know that you may be acting, but history is recording, because one day, you will step down and account for your actions. God bless all of you. Yeah.